All right, so I'm Ian. I play guitar and sing.
I'm Matt, and I hit things and sing as well, play the drums.
I'm Lee. I play bass and some backup vocals.
I'm Ruben. I play keys and synths.
And together we are
In
Suit.
Of
It was hard. I mean, two of us had to stay in Corvallis, Oregon last night. These two actually got to come up early, so for them, they kind of woke up, rolled out of their sleeping bags, and played. But for us, I got up at 5. When did you get up?
5.
We got up at 5 and drove up here and try to warm our voice up because we both sing a little bit, but not really warm our voice up. But it was good. It's just the fact, once we see the people, for me, once I see the faces, it doesn't matter what time or what country or culture, whatever, I get passionate about playing, so.
Well, for me, it was really important. I think in two aspects. Like one from our band is just for exposure to people that normally wouldn't hear our music, and the message that we bring to them. A lot of people here are Christians, but there's I think a lot of kids that don't have a real relationship with the Lord, and so like it was really significant for me, like being here early yesterday to kind of get a feel for the demeanor, of most of the kids and like where they're at. And so like for today, like when we actually played, we have like a better idea about like what kinds of things to speak into their lives and how to act and how to model something for them to look up to, So I think in those two regards is why it was significant to me. But yes.
Yeah, I mean, a festival like this, where it's kind of put on and ran by Christians, it's really important to me because when the world's offering so many festivals where the message is empty and the music feels and sounds good, but the moment you're done listening to it, what are you left with? It's important to me to be a part of a festival like this where there's bands where to them the message is more than the music, and what the people are left with after hearing it is a little bit deeper and more meaningful. So it's important for me to be able to play here.
Also, this is really actually our first festival we've played at. So it is kind of really important for us. Just we had an early slot, but like we're really blessed to actually just even be here. But I mean, this is kind of like stepping stones for us. We want to as a band be growing and be able to come back next year and have more exposure. But more than that, just to be able to connect with people more. And it'd be nice next year to not have to come up just for one day, but just to be able to connect with people all throughout the week and really try to share our heart as a band rather than just kind of being here for just a little bit. So this is really important for us, but it's also just kind of a step on the road for us to being able to come back and be more a part of this. So
yeah, we're a pretty young band, so just trying things and growing. What does music mean to us? That's huge. That's a great question because I absolutely love music. I'm a musician, obviously. But with that, what music means to us is I think it's a lot more than like art today. Our culture says that art is an expression of self, and that the purpose of art is to like vent and let out all of your emotions that are locked up inside, and basically kind of almost a sense like vomit out your feelings in what we call an artistic expression. And to me, that's good. Like for me, a lot. That's what music can be, is like an expression of what's going on inside. But for me, if all we're doing with art and with music is expressing self, once again, what are we left with? And for me, music is so important. It means so much more than just expressing what's on my inside, because I believe that the God of all the universe that created all of this, that He created music to be powerful and meaningful. And even in the Bible, there's music in heaven. There's worship going on in heaven. And for me, it's a lot more. I believe that for us as a band, music means to us, it's a platform in which we can express and display the beauty and the art and the music of the Almighty Creator God, who's created all music. And we believe that when you're saved, the Holy Spirit lives inside of you. And so it's kind of giving an opportunity for God to unleash His music and His message and express Himself through us. And we're just the vessels and the tools, in a sense. Does that make sense? So it means a lot.
I feel like in the scriptures it talks about how God that goes through the creation account and He creates it and says it's good, and it's creates the birds and the trees and everything and thinks that it's good, and it seems like God gets pleasure from His creation doing what He made it to do. And so, like, I know for all four of us, like, among other things, like, He's gifted us in certain ways, and I believe that, like, as we're walking, like, and using the gifts and the talents and abilities He gave us for His glory, that He really gets a lot of pleasure from it. And so, I really like to write, and, like, perform music that I believe, like, will bring pleasure and glory to the Father. So,
I think one thing that we found is Ian and I especially, we've been playing music together for about 5 years. This band's been together for a couple years. But one thing we've found a lot is that no situation, no song is ever the same. The way it comes about, the way that it works itself out in practice, the way that it performs, any situation is never the same. And I guess that's part of the beauty of doing this is that it's an adventure. I mean, this morning when we woke up, we didn't know exactly what we were getting into. It wasn't going to be the same old. And so I think as far as, like, writing and stuff for us, recently in the last couple months we've been writing a lot, and we've really been having to mature as a band to work through things rather than just it being, just a song that somebody brings and all of a sudden, oh yeah, we're going to play this, but really working through it and letting the music evolve. And but I think that, all of this, we just see it's a process, and this band, we're in process. We see ourselves growing. God's just shaping us more and more every day, every week as we come together. Every show, there's always just a little bit more to understand about what we need to do, and about how we can grow and how we can glorify the Lord better. And so as far as the music goes, it's definitely a process, and there's never been any one, like, formula or anything like that. But it's been an adventure, and we love that. We love that the music that God lets us play is never boring. It's never dull. It's a lot of fun. It's always fun to meet new people. Getting to start new relationships is always an adventure as well. People come with different issues. Each crowd comes with a different set of burdens that they walk into the show with. And so just being able to see God use us and use the music to meet people where they're at is always an incredible opportunity. So